Well, I was halfway through making a vid when I got a phone call at 7:30 in the morning. Supposedly Apple telling me not to check my accounts, which is hilarious because I don't have an Apple anything, number one. And number two, these are becoming more and more common as it seems that people are trying to break into Apple and into your Microsoft accounts. So, guys, be warned. If somebody calls and says that they need to check any account, no, they don't. Apple, Microsoft, none of these companies are ever going to call you. They're not going to email you. They're not going to send you letters. They're going to expect you to figure out that something is wrong and call them. That's what they're going to expect you to do. Okay, so you get these phone calls, do exactly what I did. I picked up the phone. I pressed 1 so I could speak with their operator. I'm like, hi, I don't have an Apple anything. The guy immediately starts yelling in some other language, and I'm like, and remove me from your phone, and, it's 7:30 in the morning. So, good job. Yeah, you're not supposed to call anybody at 7:30 in the morning. Ever. I don't do that. I don't recommend anybody do that. Anyway, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted and had to delete that vid, things have been interesting. So I did get released in October. It was around October 6th or something like that. I had about a good run there for about a week. I had 2 of my applications that went to trial, which means that it takes 6 to 8 weeks for it to process. And if there's an issue, I have to contact the people that there is an issue with and then go over exactly how we're going to handle that section of their policy. Which, kind of means I don't receive anything on those yet. And that's fine. But with every other policy that I did receive or managed to make a sale on, I've probably made about what I make in a month in the last 2. So it's rather difficult. It's one of those things of where I'm calling people about their enrollment cards, union, if they have McGruff kits, anything like that they've ordered. I'm calling them, but they're either not picking up the phone, or they don't remember doing it, or they don't know what I'm calling about. And if you're in a union and you read your union letters, 9 times out of 10, your union may have signed up with my company, which would offer extended benefits from the union that the union presidents have agreed to that cover outside of work. Well, a lot of these people don't read their union letters. They don't go to their union meetings. And nobody seems to read the fine print on anything anymore. So it makes it a little bit more difficult to pick up the phone and call people and try to get them their benefits. So let's just say that, in the last 2 months, I've made about what I would make in 1 month. I've managed to pay about $1,500 of the $4,500 that we owe our landlord, which is nice. But that means I still have a $3,000 bill and another $1,500 coming up at the end of this month. So we'll be right back to where we started. I also need to be able to update my car's tags. I needed to update them at the end of last month. And what's so funny is I actually got to look at the back of my car, and it looks like I needed to update them a month or more ago. As in, the car tags say 9 of 2020, not 10 of 2020. So that's adorable. Altogether, I need to come up with $5,500, and my work isn't necessarily helping with that. Hubby's job is a headache. He's surrounded by union guys, but he's managing to hang in there. His temp company has been informed that if they do offer him a job, he doesn't want it. That's how bad these guys are. They're very, very old school, good old boy network. he tries to actually find things to do because the hospital he's working at is closing down. Most of the personnel is going to be transferred. And so therefore these guys don't want to do anything. Then again, that's been pretty much their philosophy from some of them for the last 15, 20 years, which is probably one of the main reasons why the hospital needs to move. But my husband is a worker, so this is like debilitating to him. And then to boot, they tried to make him do something that's outside of his contract about a month ago. And he told them, I can't do that. I work for this temp service. These are their rules. Well, they raised such a stink about it, and one of them actually got in his face and screamed at him. So he called his temp service. Temp service actually called and ran it by their manager and straightened him out. And the manager's response was to tell him, okay, sure, you don't have to do that, but these guys are complaining that you are a problem because you ask so many questions. My husband likes to work. He likes to be able to do his job effectively and efficiently. And it seems that asking questions is seen as being hostile or obnoxious. So yeah, there's that. So he's having loads of fun, and I'm having loads of fun spending 6 days a week, up to 12 hours a day, dialing people who don't want to talk to me, and making about in 2 months what I would make in 1. Now, maybe it's me. Honestly, I'm starting to think so. I think that I'm truly one of the laziest people on the planet, though I know that there's loads of people here who probably wouldn't buy that. But it's like so tedious. I spend all day calling and listening on how to do my job more effectively. And it seems to be working for a lot of other people, but it's just not working for me. And I'm trying to figure out what exactly it is I'm doing wrong, especially as I have, rather large bills now, and I have Christmas coming up. I'd like to be inside a warm residence. I would like to be able to feed my kids properly and to be able to pay my bills. And so far, at least my job isn't working out that way. Oh well. Other than that, my kiddos are doing fine. My eldest is clicking along beautifully at school. He's having the same problem with world history that I did, as in he finds it ingratingly boring. So he complains about that, but he's doing well with everything else. My youngest is doing better and better. I'm keeping an eye on his grades. He's doing better all the time. It's just, there's like 1 or 2 things that he misses. Like he misses going to this 6th period thing called Falcon Focus about half the time, so he gets marked as being absent. And I'm like, the kid's not absent, he's on the daggone computer all day long. I have no idea what you people want. Other than that, after literally doing the last 3 months of 6 days a week, anywhere between 10 to 12 hours a day, I've been playing hooky for the last 3 days. So on Tuesday, I was just like, I just can't do it. So I told my coach I'm not going to be in. Family issues, which is not incorrect. And immediately started job searching again. Job searched on Wednesday. Job searched on Thursday. Started getting some of my rejections in. Called West Sound, which my husband works for. They said that they may have a payroll here soon, which would be right up my alley and would pay well. That's what they're actually looking for from me. And they said that they would be contacting me soon. They have one coming down the pipeline. It's just not posted yet. So yeah, I have pretty much gotten out of it what I've paid into it. But it's still rather disheartening because I don't like putting that much time and effort into something that ultimately I don't do well at. But it just feels like cold calling, even though I'm not. And it just feels like I'm very much failing at this job. I'm watching other people do brilliantly. They're just doing beautiful, and they're just clicking along. But I also realize what the trick is to what they're doing. When we offer these things to unions, we are able to extend those benefits out to those that they hold dearest, friends and family and co-workers that may need to be catch up, that may have sent in their enrollment cards, but it hasn't been processed yet. So they're gathering those people, and that's generally who they're calling. Once you've sat down with somebody, you gain a rapport with them, so you'll gain a rapport with their friends and family. So that's what they're running off of. Well, guess what I don't have yet? And my ability to gather those people is poor. So in the end, this is probably my fault. Once again, I have jumped in with both feet. And like I said, guys, 4 months, I've paid out about $3,500. I've probably gotten back just a little bit less than that. If the two applications that trialed come through, I'll probably have made about a good $500 profit out of what I've paid into it. But that's the thing. I've been released for a month and a half, and I've made in a month and a half what I would make in 1 month, maybe. Just a little bit less than what I'd make in 1 month. And I'm talking an ordinary, not not being paid extremely well kind of thing, guys. Now, I've managed to pay $1,500 to my landlord, so I definitely celebrate that. But I owe the man another $3,000, and here soon another $1,500. So $4,500, about $2,500 for my car's tags and switching out license plates and everything like that. So, yeah, that's the situation that I'm in. And I find that I'm trying to not be how I was before. So I'm worried, like I always do. But I'm trying to not let it make me anxious and afraid. I have made decisive action. I took 3 days off, just specifically so I could put in applications. I plan to go back to it today, even though I have had literally no sleep. As in, I went to bed around 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. I didn't make it. Literally, like an hour and a half later, I was up taking a shower, doing laundry, things like that, because I'm just not going to be able to go to sleep. So I am going to spend exactly 8 hours. So they want me on for a meeting at 10 o'clock. Awesome. They're going to eat up approximately about 4 hours of my time that I could be spending making phone calls or doing whatever. And then at 6 o'clock, I'm logging off. That is the only way to keep me sane, I have discovered. I'm not going to be doing 6 days a week, 10 to 12 hour days anymore. I can't afford it, and quite frankly, I miss my family. I remembered why I do what I do in the first place. It's so that I can make enough money to be able to pay my bills and live well. That's what I would like. But also so I can spend time with those I love. And the last 4 months has been a lesson in what do you want more. And quite frankly, I miss my family. I don't get to see them as much. And this job just really isn't making that worth it for me. So I'm back to square one. I was extremely naughty, like I said, and Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I spent my time job searching instead of making endless phone calls where people either don't pick up or they do pick up and they're rude. Or, if I'm lucky, they pick up and I make an appointment that they immediately forget about, cancel, go out of their way to not sit down for. So it has been an uphill battle. I do apologize for unloading on you guys. I'm really trying to not be anxious. I am. But I realize in the teeter-totter of life, I've kind of broke even on this one. So I paid out a lot of money to do this, but I've pretty much gotten that money back. But when it comes to work-life balance, it is not giving me what I need. I do not get to spend any time with my family, not really. By the time that I get back upstairs, my children, whose dinners I had fixed hours before, they've already eaten their dinners, and they're getting ready to go to bed. So I get to see them like maybe 1 or 2 hours, in the morning, if that, and they're in the middle of school. I get to spend like maybe an hour with my husband, but both of us are so freaking wiped that it really doesn't make it worth it. So in the end, this job is not a win-win. I'm not really making anything at it. I have no time with my family whatsoever, and I'm spending 6 days a week, 12 hours a day doing it. And even they say that's not ideal. So back to the drawing board, guys. I am looking to see what else I can do. I'm going to get back to it today, as exhausted as I am, and keep my fingers crossed. But quite frankly, as much as I love this company, and as much as I love the people that I work with, for right now, I'll still work the job, but it will be a back burner. It will be something that I do part-time to try to supplement, and as I feel like it, while I go and I find something else that actually makes me money. Which really, kind of sucks. Like I said, I like the company, I like the people. I'm just not able somehow to do what it is they're doing. Or at least, it's not working for me. I'm not getting the good streaks of luck that lead to bigger things right now. So, as always, keep your fingers crossed for us. We can always use the good vibes. We can always use the love, guys. Know that one of the reasons why I'm bitchy is because I think about you guys and I miss you. And I want to be here with you as much as I do with my family. And I'm just not getting the time for that. So definitely know that you guys factor into that too. 6 days a week, 12-hour days. Yeah, I don't get time with my family. I don't get time with my family out in the great wider world. Which was kind of the point of taking on a job like this. Being able to make good money, do it 5 days a week, 8 hours a day. That's not working out so well, but I will keep you all posted. I will keep you apprised, let you know what all's going on. Just know that I love you guys. I miss you. I'm trying to make it better. But I will definitely be talking with you all as soon as I can. Until then, keep your fingers crossed for us. I'm keeping my fingers crossed for you all. Please stay safe. Wear a mask. And if you are here in the States, Zoom is removing the 40-minute limit for those who have free accounts, so you can do Thanksgiving that way. Okay, guys? And for everybody else all over the world, know that I am keeping you in my heart as the holiday season approaches, and I hope to be spending that time with you guys as well as with my little family, as it should be. But until I talk to you next, take good care of yourselves, take good care of each other, know that I love you, and I will be speaking with you all soon.